I actually started in Miami. I remember seeing what Miami Vice did, you know, when they brought in and redid all the Art Deco and stuff. So I worked there for a little bit, and then I was called to New York to work for Elite Model Management and during the 80s, and it was wonderful. Like the Stephanie Seymours, the Lindy Evangelistas, you know, Cindy Crawford. Those are the type of people that, you know, we were booking.
What is a talent agent is something a lot of people don't really know. Our job is to develop talent, which are actors, models, dancers, musicians, and get them really ready to be booked on commercial, theatrical, and print projects. Tampa is such an amazing place to do that because the community gives us so many ways to help them and to cultivate their growth. We've got an amazing improv scene here. We have a killer theater scene. We've got great acting coaches.
I think Tampa for me was a clear choice. I saw other regions that might have been, at that time 15 years ago, had a bigger slice of the pie. But I believed in things that I read about Tampa's vision. I think it's a metropolitan city on the grow, and it's proven to be just that. And I think that a lot of times when even we're looking for big projects that are happening in Los Angeles or New York, they always come to the region to find talent. And I mean, we've been lucky enough to have 4 different series regulars that are all working in LA that all came from this region. I mean, we really do hold our head up high, and we have some very, very talented people here.
You know, the commercial industry has changed so dramatically within the past 5 years. It used to be that you would have to be 5'10", absolutely stunning, and be able to bounce a ball off of your head. Now it's completely different. We're being full of like content everywhere that companies are having a really hard time connecting with their audience. So people are kind of craving authenticity. They're craving real stories. They're craving realness. And so because of Tampa being the melting pot that it is, there are just so many people here that have such a beautiful, interesting stories to tell. And companies are able to really find people that represent their brand in a way that's completely different to how it was 5 years ago.
It's exciting to be a part of Tampa right now. Everybody nationally knows about Tampa right now. Everybody wants to live here in Tampa. When we have people that do come down from California and visit, they're like, this is how we want to live. It's a great lifestyle, and it's great for our talent. Like I said, we have some of the best talent coming out of Tampa Bay.
Actors work so hard to book on any job that they do, whether it's an independent movie or whether it's an infomercial. It's all a lot of hard work. And it's such an honor to be a part of that process and to help them reach their potential. We had a client who were looking for a real family to tell this real story, and we were having a really hard time finding it, in a sense, because they needed to be a certain age, they needed to be all together, they needed to have a certain look. Well, they wanted someone real, and we found a real family for it, and this family had never booked on a job before whatsoever. I had to spend a little bit of time with them, getting them ready and getting them prepared for what was going to happen, and having 3 cameras in their face and how that process was going to be. And they ended up booking this huge job, and they were able to buy their first house from the money that they were able to book on it. You can't ever replicate what that feeling is, to have someone crying on the phone because they had no idea that this was going to come about because someone mentioned to them, hey, maybe you should submit your picture for this job I heard about from my agent. It's amazing.